Kia ora and welcome back to the channel. I'm Elvie and today we are doing a painting. So I've got this new sketchbook I've been using for the last while, since the 29th of June, and I thought I'd give you guys like a review on it because I know watercolor sketchbooks, especially good ones, can be hard to find. So I thought I'd give you my opinions while doing a painting on this sketchbook. So on the back here it tells you what it is. It's Pink Pig, and it's made in Britain. It's got 25 sheets of paper with 300 GSM, and then of course the pink cover. It's spiral bound, and it is hot press paper, so there's no texture on the paper whatsoever. First up, the cover. I hate it. I hate the cover. The pink is so pretty. I had so much hope for it, but as I take my sketchbook everywhere with me, this cover's not waterproof. It gets dirty. It doesn't stay pink for long, and the pink stuff peels off. Like, it's really sad. So that's the first thought. Second, I love this. It's like the opening page. It's very cute. I do like this part. And then moving on, the paper itself, I've noticed when I do a painting, you've got to let the ink sit for a little bit longer than you would on a usual piece of paper that I use, like my Winsor & Newton cold press watercolor paper. You've got to let the ink sit. Same with the watercolor. You have to let the watercolor sit for a bit longer before it actually fully dries. I don't know if you can see, there's a little bit of bleeding up here because I didn't let the words dry long enough. I've got some doodles in here. I was just trying to show you an example. See here, there's like green that came off from here because I didn't let it dry fully. Like it usually would have dried faster. But yeah, these are just some paintings I've done. This is a fun doodle exercise. Highly recommend it. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to do a painting. I do like spiral bound just because I can do this and lay it flat out, which is always a bonus. I shall just be using my watercolor set over here because it's my standard, it's my go-to, and we're not here to talk about paint really. It just helps to have a good set. I'm not using ink for this. I'm just using paint, straight paint. So yeah, I guess we'll get into it. I feel like I should move my palette onto the other side. Give me a second. Okay, we're good now. I was just moving it so that my hand wouldn't be the only thing you see. Right now I'm just mixing up a bit of a grey to use. You'll see why in a sec. A grey with lots of different colours in it. And so that goes, just looking at the photo. Oh, that's such a straight line. But that goes here ish, and then I've got something coming around over here. So as I said, the paper is hot press. It's got slight texture to it, but not enough to like affect painting in any way. It's definitely a shift to paint on compared to my usual paper, and I'm not sold on it. Like I don't like it that much. It just isn't my kind of type of paper that I like. So it's definitely been a shift, but I guess it is good to try new types of paper just to find out. For all I know, I could have loved this paper, and if I didn't try it, I wouldn't know, So it is good to be open to different paper and textures and yada yada yada, but sometimes it just isn't it for you. Now, the landscape I'm painting here is a photo I took on a walk I went on, just of in the Dunedin Harbour. Such a beautiful walk and some great views you can get. So, if you're wondering, that's where I'm painting. Well, what I'm painting and where the photo was taken. So something like that. And another thing I've noticed is that, like, if I put a line down of paint, it's hard to blend it in with paint I put over top compared to other paper I've used, because you can still see the line I've put down first to give me an idea of where I wanted the horizon, which is a little frustrating just because I like to, especially if I'm doing a painting like this where I don't sketch it out at all and I'm just kind of freehanding it. It is nice for the paint to blend in with for the paints to blend in with each other, but it is what it is. For the water, I'm just going to do some dry brushing to kind of leave the natural lights. I don't even know if you can tell what I'm doing. I just made it darker so you could kind of see what I'm doing. But it's a subtle shift in the water. And it's a very gloomy day, so everything's kind of grey. But no harm in that. So that's that. And then for the sky, it's also grey. I might add a little bit of purple and ultramarine into the mix just to change it up a little bit. Beautiful. But yeah, no, I don't think I'll be buying this paper again. Especially since I have to get it online anyway. It's not like it's available in like a local shop or anything, which is much easier to just drive out and get if I need it. Because if I buy something online, it takes forever to get there, and by the time I need it, unless I pre-order it way in advance, it's like just easier for me to go into store. Especially since I love the Winsor & Newton sketchbooks. Like, their paints, okay, whatever. But, like, the paper. That is my favourite sketchbook. Especially since I've tried a few out now. I feel like I can give a pretty good opinion on it. And it's surprising that that's the watercolour paper we have available. Like, that's such good paper to be able to have in a shop in New Zealand, so can't complain there. Just adding a bit of shadow into the water with dry brushing. The paintbrush I'm using is, I stole it from my Hall of Residency from last year on a painting night, because I was like, oh, this is a really nice brush to use. I'm going to just take it, and so that's where this brush is from. So I can't tell you what the brand is. I assume it's Reeves because they've got some good brushes despite the paint. And yeah, it's nice to actually use this paint set again. I've used it every now and then, but I've been just getting used to the Lucas and the Schminger and Roman Schmuel paints that I have down here. So I haven't really given this the true love it deserves and attention. And then I'm going to define the back horizon line a bit more. And then I think we'll be pretty much done. Sorry about the lighting, by the way. It's just the sun is coming and going. The weather has been so wacky. And I thought I might as well film during the day. And my flatmates are gone, so I can be loud and not whisper, so you can actually hear me. And we're just going to deal with whatever lighting we get. Because we're actually quite lucky with the noise because usually there's a helicopter landing at the hospital, which is slightly loud, I have to admit. This paper also pills a bit, kind of goes wavy, especially if you add a lot of water in your paintings or in your washes. It does go wavy the more you add. Yeah, I'm just not used to this paper, which doesn't help, but I also not a huge fan of it. Like, no. I'm not sold. Well, I was sold with the pretty pink cover, and now I despise it. Which is a little upsetting, but the last thing to add for this painting is the little train tracks. The granulation, as you can see up here, kind of looks interesting. I don't know if I like how it looks on this paper. Like, it's not bad. It does granulate, but it doesn't really sit how I tend to like it sitting. So, yeah. This is just a bit of an abstract landscape, but they're always fun to do. I think with that, I'll just add a little bit more shadow into the water, and then that will be the painting complete, which is really nice. Quick one today, but that's just how it rumbles sometimes. But that's the painting, and that's my thoughts on the paper. I'll give you guys a bit of a close-up. It'll take forever to dry, though. If I just focus the camera for you guys. There's the painting itself. You can kind of see the granulation up in the sky here. And the buckering of the paper. Yeah, no. If you want to get some watercolor paper, don't get this. That is my verdict. Unless you like cold press paper and you're okay with waiting to have it dry for longer and you're not going to take it out of the house because of the cover getting damaged. But thank you guys for watching. I hope this was interesting, fun and enjoyable and educational, if I can call it that. And I'll see you guys in the next video.